but I was the nearest thing. I left university that night after sending an email to my professors letting them know I'd had a death in the family. It was a long 3-hour drive, but when I pulled into the dark driveway of what had been Auntie Bells' home, I knew I'd made the right choice. Better to have someone who cared about her go in and preserve her memories than to let some stranger come in and dump it all in the trash. Auntie Bells' house was as tired and old as she had been. Years of poor upkeep had left it sagging and rotting in numerous places. I'd never been so close to it before, and had never known how deeply the disrepair had run. Even knowing that she lived in less than ideal conditions hadn't prepared me for this. Getting inside was easier than I had expected. The lock on the back door was broken, I assumed from the wellness check. I let myself in. The smell wasn't like anything I'd ever experienced before. I realized it was garbage and decay. With my phone held up like a flashlight, I picked my way carefully through the kitchen, stepping over mounds of trash and junk. The living room was a similar state, a hoarder's paradise of discarded containers and the kind of riffraff you'd find on the side of the road. The air felt heavy, greasy. I found it so difficult to breathe. "Jesus, Auntie," I said, and my voice was swallowed up by the dark. Everywhere I went was just more of the same, until I began to think that there really was nothing that Auntie Bells would have treasured. Her bedroom, the bathroom, the small guest room, all told the same story. A sad tale of an unhealthy woman who had let her mental illness run her life. Until I got to the attic. I tugged down the ladder, half expecting to be enveloped in a shower of trash, but it only opened into quiet darkness. I climbed up and poked my head into this small room. To my surprise, it was impeccably tidy. I finished ascending and flashed my light around with some confusion. Maybe she'd been too old to climb the ladder, and it had escaped her hoarding, I thought, but there was no dust up here, no spider webs or animal droppings. It was the only clean room in the house. It was also the most unsettling.